Basketball belongs to Eunice. Eunice bringing it down the other end. Jones has it beyond the three-point line. Trying to go underneath to Richard, and that one knocked away by Miles out of bounds. And it'll stay with LSU Eunice on their own end with 15 showing on that shot clock. They'll ask Richard to bring it in. She'll put it into the hands of Jones. Jones gives it right back to her. Now they go across the floor, put it into the hands of Stubblefield. She'll go towards the hoop. Now she'll bounce it back out into the hands of St. Andre, and she'll put it in and good. Makes it a 15-4 basketball game. Boy, this one starting to get a little away from the Bears here in the opening moments. Bears go underneath to Williams. Williams will put a shot up, and she'll be fouled. The foul going to be called on Stubblefield. She'll pick up her second foul. And the Bears will go to the free throw line with Jolie Williams. They will check number 22. That's McKinney into the basketball game. Bears will check Jade Miles out as well. First one for Williams in and good. That breaks the scoring drought for the Bears. They break it from the free throw line. Leah Carey checking in for Southwest, by the way. Rebound picked up on the shot, no good. It's picked up by Eunice. Eunice picks up the rebound, 4:55 to play opening quarter. Basketball in the hands of Eunice. Eunice takes it down in the corner, fires a three ball. That one put up, no good. Williams the rebound for the Bears. Bears down 10. They'll go to Ben. Ben wants to go fast on this other end. She'll put a shot up that won't fall, but on the rebound, they'll say it was last touched by Eunice. So Eunice last to touch the basketball. Bears will inbound it underneath their own goal, and the Bears lost it, got it back with Ben. Ben goes to Williams with it. Williams gives it to Tangle. Tangle trying to set something up for Southwest. She'll march down into the lane, and it's disrupted and picked up by Eunice. Eunice going to pick it up, come length of the floor. They'll put it in with McKinney. McKinney puts that one in, makes it 17-5. Here comes Ben and the Bears on the other end. Ben will give it to Tangle. Tangle out beyond the three-point line, goes to Carey with it, goes to Wilson. Wilson lost it. Underneath, it's picked up again by Eunice. Now Eunice going to travel with the basketball. Washington picked that one up, but the Bears able to create a little bit of disruption in there and created the traveling call, and now Bears will get it back down 17-5 with 4:01 to play here in the opening quarter. Wilson will get it to Tangle. Tangle brings it length of the floor for Southwest. Tangle with the basketball for the Bears. Tangle gives it to Wilson. Wilson into the lane, flips around, puts a shot up, and she'll be fouled in the act of shooting. The foul going to go on 25. That's Chelsea White who commits the foul. She came off the bench and commits the foul, and will send Demaya Wilson to the free throw line for Southwest. First one up off the front of the rim, no good from Demaya Wilson. She'll have a second free throw due. So Wilson missed the first. Here comes the second one. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Bears get the rebound with Owens. She'll put a shot up. It won't go. Boy, Bears just can't seem to get the biscuit to fall in the basket right now. Here comes Eunice on the other end. Three ball up, good off the hands of Alana Washington. And that'll make it a 20-5 basketball game. 20-5 our score. 3:21 clock running. Bears on the other end want to shoot a three with Williams. That one put up, won't go. Bears down 15, 3:14 to play here in the opening quarter. Eunice with the basketball. They'll bring it down with Washington. Washington wants to flip it in the corner. She gets it in the corner to McKinney. McKinney's three put up and good. Boy, McKinney puts the three up in and good. Was it a long two or a three? They called a long two from McKinney. Make it a long two for McKinney, and we'll have the ball knocked away from the Bears on the other end, and the Bears will inbound it underneath their own goal. Being going to check out, Bears will get Shyla McGee back into basketball action. So McGee back into action for Southwest, 2:50 to play. McGee goes to Williams. Williams 3-ball gonna be blocked and she'll be fouled beyond the 3-point line by Eunice. The foul on Ava Jones, her first. It's the 4th against Eunice. And Williams will go to the free throw line to shoot 3. So Eunice to the free throw line to shoot 3. Excuse me, the Bears and Williams to the free throw line to shoot 3. First one up and good. Boy, Bears could really use these free throws from Jolie Williams. She makes the first of 3. Here comes the second one. She'll miss that one. It rolls around the rim and wouldn't get in. Williams will have a 3rd free throw due. Here's the 3rd free throw from Williams now. That one up good. Jolie gonna make 2 of 3 from the free throw line, make it a 22-7 basketball game. And Eunice wants to get Richard to check back in. Richard gonna check in. St. Andre gonna check out of the basketball game for Eunice. Basketball belongs to Eunice. 22-7, 2:41 to play. Eunice with the basketball, the long pass, stolen away by the Bears. Eunice gonna get it back though. Jones got it right back. McGee knocked it away. Jones got it back. She'll go into the lane. And now Eunice will lose the basketball and it'll belong to the Bears. So Bears gonna get this one back with 2:28 to play opening quarter. They'll inbound it to Wilson. Wilson wants to go in a hurry to the other side, coast to coast, and Demaya Wilson gonna put that one in and good for the Bears. Wilson coast to coast that time. 2:14 clock running. Richard, a 3 on the other end. No good. Ball's tipped around and finally into the hands of Eunice. Gives it back to Richard. She'll fire another 3. That one no good. Williams clears it for the Bears. Williams on the other end for Southwest. Into the lane, backs it out. Wants to shoot a long 2. And a long 2 for Williams will fall to make it 22-11. Bears trying to climb back in this one here in the closing moments of the first quarter. They'll put it in the hands of McKinney. McKinney to Richard. Richard back out to Jones. Jones back to Richard out of the corner. Shoots the 3-ball. That one up and good. That's her second 3-ball of the first quarter to make it a 25-11 game. Bears bringing it down with McGee. McGee will give it to Wilson. Wilson to the hoop. Shot put off the glass, won't fall, and a foul called. The foul going to be called on 22. That's McKinney, who's going to pick up her first. And the Bears will go back to the free throw line with Demaya Wilson. So Wilson will get a chance to shoot a pair for the Bears from the free throw line. First one up and good. Wilson going to make the first for Southwest. Makes it 25-12. Here comes a second free throw. That one put up good too. Wilson makes them both at the free throw line. Bears want to check Wansley and Carey in. Williams and Tangle will go out for the Bears. It's a 25-13 game as Wilson makes a couple of free throws for the Bears. Richard going to get this one into McKinney. McKinney with the basketball. It's tipped and they'll say it belongs to Eunice. Was tipped, but they'll say it stays with Eunice. So Eunice will inbound it. Once again, they ask Richard to do the job. She'll inbound it to Washington. Washington will bring it down the floor. Goes back to Richard. That 3-ball out of the corner, put up no good. Carey will grab the rebound this time and has a couple of defenders on her, and a jump ball going to be called. Excuse me, that wasn't Carey. That was the Bears' Gianna Marshall that got in there and attacked the basketball. So Bears will keep it on the possession arrow, which will go their way. They'll inbound it to Wilson. Wilson will give it to Carey. Carey will bring it down the floor for the Bears under a minute to play. She'll give it to Wansley. Wansley will give it to McGee. McGee, top of the key with that basketball. 17 showing on the shot clock for Southwest. McGee's got to get rid of it. Goes out to Wansley with it. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Wansley goes towards the hoop, lays it off the glass, won't go. And Eunice will grab the rebound. Here comes Eunice on the other end. Dribbling through traffic is Washington. Washington wanted to go underneath the White. White going to lose that one out of bounds. And the Bears will get this basketball back with 29 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter, so the Bears get it back, and they will bring Alexis Marsh. She will check back into this basketball game for the Bears. Marsh will check in. Williams will check back in. Wansley and Marshall will go back to the Bear bench. Bears inbound it to Wilson. Wilson, length of the floor, has it for the Bears. Shot put up, won't go. McGee gets her rebound. It won't go. Boy, Bears lost a couple of opportunities to score right there. Eunice on the other end has it. And it will be off the official, but controlled by Eunice. Bears knocked it away. It hit the official in the leg, and Eunice able to pick it up. And now we'll have a foul called against the Bears on the floor. The foul going to be called on the Bears, Alexis Walker. No, excuse me, it can't be against her. It's got to be on 22. It's got to be on Wilson. He signaled 21, but he's got to mean 22. They show it on the board on 22. Inbounds pass, no good for Eunice, and it's a 25-13 basketball game. We played a quarter. One quarter played for the Bears. It's Eunice 25, and the Bears 10. Bears 13 will come back after a 30-second break, back in 30 seconds. Bear basketball is right here on WAZA and Bear TV. Well, back here at the Golden Dome, the A.E. Wood Coliseum, here on the campus of Mississippi College, we played a quarter. Eunice leading the Bears 25-13. Boy, the Bears hit a cold streak about midway through that first quarter, and it seemed like an eternity before they were able to score again. But it ends up being 25-13 after one quarter of play. Basketball will belong to Eunice. They will inbound it, put it in the hands of Jones. Jones will inbound this basketball. Jones will give it to Washington. Washington down in the lane, flips it back out. Here's a three ball, put up, won't go. Rebound being fought for, and it's Eunice who picks up the rebound. Eunice, the jumper, put up, that won't go either, and the Bears clear the rebound with Wilson. Here comes Wilson on the other end into traffic, and she is tripped up, and a foul going to be called against Eunice. The foul going to go on Jones. She'll pick up her second foul. And the Bears will own this basketball. They'll inbound it underneath their goal. Carey going to check out for the Bears. Bears will get back into this basketball game. Ben. Bears will inbound it to Alexis Marsh underneath. First one put up, won't go. Marsh grabs her rebound, and on the putback, she'll get it to fall. Bears close it to a 10-point game with Marsh's basket. Eunice wants to shoot a three on the other end. That one in and good for McKinney. McKinney's three ball is good, makes it 28-15. McGee will bring it down for the Bears. McGee, top of the key with it. Bears trying to set something up. They got to within 10 before the three. Wilson with the basketball now. She'll turn towards the goal. Shot put up, won't go, but a foul going to be called against Eunice. The foul going to go against Jones. She'll pick up her third. She'll pick up her third foul, and she'll check out. And Demaya Wilson will go back to the free throw line for the Bears. So Wilson at the free throw line for Southwest. First one up, and that one off the front of the rim, no good. Bears have had their struggles at the free throw line here tonight. Only made 3, 4, 5 of their free throws. Second one up, that one rolls off, no good. Marsh had the rebound and the putback, but it's knocked out of her hands and on the floor, and they'll say last touch by the Bears. And Eunice will own this basketball. Marsh got the rebound, went to put it back up. Her shot was blocked, and in a fight for the rebound, It was a rebound that they say was won by Eunice. Eunice will have it on the other end. Here comes another three ball, put up, no good. They will get it a rebound, though, back to Washington. Washington will flip it out to White. She'll shoot that three again. That won't fall. Taylor Ben gets it for the Bears. Ben dribbles through traffic to McGee. McGee will go to the hoop, put it in for the Bears, and McGee will have her first basket for Southwest and makes it 28-17. Boy, McGee finally finds an offensive point here off the glass. Eunice, the long two on the other end. That rolls off the rim and gets in the basket for McKinney. McKinney, the long two, makes it 30-17. McGee with the basketball for the Bears. McGee up top with it, gives it to Wilson. Wilson wants to fire the long three. Shot put up, won't go. Fight for the rebounds, owned by Eunice. Eunice wants to bring it down the floor. In a hurry, they come with Washington. Washington slows it down, gives it to Richard. Richard gives it back to her. Now she'll bring it out top of the screen with the basketball. Wants to shoot the long three. Put up, no good. Wilson clears that one for Southwest. And Wilson gonna be fouled. The foul gonna be on St. Andre. It'll be her first. Second against the LSU Eunice here in the second quarter. Wilson gonna check out. Jade Miles gonna check back in for the Bears with 7:32 to play here in the second quarter. McGee with the basketball. She'll bring that basketball across the timeline, give it to Ben. Ben will go to Miles with it. Miles to Williams. Nice look for Jolie, and she'll put the biscuit in the basket. 30-19. Bears to within 11 of Eunice now. Boy, Bears need to find a defensive stop along the way here. And Eunice will put it in the hands of Washington. Washington will flip it to White. White lost it. Williams going to pick it up for Southwest. Williams will bring it down across the timeline. Williams goes straight to the hoop. Shot put up and blocked by Eunice. Her shot blocked by Eunice. Here they come in a hurry on the other end now. And Eunice going to go towards the hoop. Shot put in by Washington is good. And we'll have a whistle and a timeout. 32-19, Coach Brent Harris. It's actually Eunice that uses the timeout. They take the 30-second timeout. So Eunice will use the timeout here, leading 32-19 on the Bears of Southwest. Bears have 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Eunice is winning the quarter right now, 7-6, and up 32-19 here at Mississippi College at the A.E. Wood Coliseum. Winner of this game will get Jones tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Jones winning over Colin here earlier. The other game, Northwest upset East Mississippi, and Gulf Coast, the 5 seed, beat the 3 seed Itawamba. So they will play at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon here at Mississippi College. Bears have the basketball. They bring it down into the hands of Marsh. Marsh will go to Miles. Miles to McGee. McGee fighting her way towards the hoop. Shot put up, won't go. And on the rebound, it's out of bounds, and it will be controlled by Eunice. McGee gonna check out for the Bears. Bears will get Sydney Tangle back into this basketball game. So Tangle will check back in for Southwest. Here comes Eunice. They'll bring it down the floor with Washington. Washington wants to go inside, now bounces it back out into the hands of McKinney. McKinney goes underneath, gives it to Clemens. She'll put it up, it won't fall, and the Bears get the rebound. Bears with Williams. Williams will give it to Tangle. Tangle with the basketball for Southwest. Tangle will give it back to Williams. Williams lets Marsh touch it. Marsh gives it back to Williams. Fires a 3-ball, put up, won't go. Bears get the rebound. It ends up in Miles' hands, and Miles going to throw that one away, intended for Ben. Bears throw that one away, intended for Ben. Basketball going to belong to Eunice. Eunice with the basketball. They'll bring it down the floor, 32-19. Bears trying to steal that one away. They do. Ben stole it away to Tangle, and Tangle lays it off the glass, won't go. Williams there to back her up. She'll get the basket. Tangles off the glass, wouldn't go, but Williams there to back her up and put it in for Southwest. Bears trying to create some disruption, steal it away again. This time it's Miles underneath who ends up with it, and she'll be fouled. Bears go to the press, and it works. Foul going to be called on 34, Richard. She'll pick up her first. That'll be the fourth against Eunice. And Miles will head to the free throw line for the Bears in a 32-21 basketball game. Miles could close it to single digits if she can make both free throws. Bears have had their struggles from the line. First one up, good. Miles will make the first. 32-22, back to a 10-point game. Here comes the second free throw from Miles. That one up, that one good too. Jade Miles makes them both. Closes it now to a 9-point game. Back into single digits for the Eunice lead. Eunice will bring it with Jones. Jones brings it down the floor. She's guarded by Williams. Jones fadeaway to the hoop, won't go. Williams gets the rebound. Williams will give it to Tangle. Tangle, the freshman out of Leake Academy, will bring it down to Ben. Ben with the basketball to Miles. Miles into the lane, shot put up, won't go. Marsh there to back her up. Ball's on loose on the floor, picked up by Eunice. Eunice with the basketball, now it's stolen away by Tangle. Eunice had it, stole it back to Sydney Tangle. Tangle to Ben, Ben's jumper in and good. Taylor Ben's jumper's good, makes it 32-25. LSU Eunice, oh boy, a wild pass there, but they're able to recover into the hands of McKinney. McKinney will get rid of it to St. Andre. She wants to go to the hoop. Shot put up by her off the glass, won't go. Put back won't go. And now on third effort, the foul gonna come. On third effort, the foul comes. It's against Tangle and the Bears. And going to the free throw line will be St. Andre for LSU Eunice. Bears have closed it to a 32-25 game. St. Andre to shoot a pair here. First one up. First one off the front of the glass, no good. She'll have a second one coming. Second free throw. She'll take a long look at that basketball. Bends the knees, puts the shot up. That one good. Makes one of two from the free throw line. Makes it 33-25. Bears with the basketball to Tangle. Tangle gives it to Miles. Miles goes out to Marsh. Marsh checks Ben with the basketball. Ben will give it to Tangle. Tangle gives it back to Ben. Now Miles has it for the Bears. Back to Ben. Three ball up in the air, won't fall. And it'll be out of bounds and last touched by Southwest. Southwest the last to touch it, and the Bears want to get Jerrion Owens back into this basketball game. They will get Owens and DeMile Wilson back in. So Wilson and Owens with 3:51 both check in for the Bears. Eunice will bring it down across the timeline. Eunice will give it into the hands of Stubblefield. She stumbled around with it, and now the Bears take it away. Ben had it, Williams, she gave it to Williams. Williams down on the other end, shot put up, won't go. Wilson got the rebound, her shot won't go, but now Wilson gonna get it back for the Bears. Wilson's shot wouldn't go for the Bears, they give it to Tangle. Tangle's up top with it for Southwest. She'll go to Ben. Ben's three ball gonna be blocked by Eunice, but she was out of bounds with it, and the Bears gonna get it back. Bears gonna get it back with only 5 showing on the shot clock. And the Bears want to use a timeout. So only 5 showing on the shot clock. The Bears want to use a timeout. Taylor Ben was thinking of shooting the three or 3 balls blocked. Eunice picked it up, but Eunice in picking the ball up was out of bounds. So it goes back to the Bears with 3:17 showing on the clock. But only 5 seconds remaining on that shot clock for Southwest. And Coach Brent Harris uses a timeout in a 33-25 basketball game here in Clinton. Bears within striking distance in this basketball game. Well, at one time it was looking pretty ugly, but the Bears stayed the course, and they have put their way back into this game. Bears going to ask Marsh to, Bears will ask Marsh to inbound it. Marsh will inbound it to Wilson. Wilson goes towards the hoop. Her shot laid off the rim, won't go. And now it's going to belong to Eunice. Here comes Eunice with Jones. Jones. Bears tried to disrupt her, but she'll get it to Stubblefield. She'll go to the hoop. Her shot put up, it won't go. Bears get the rebound with Ben. Ben will give it to Tangle. Here come the Bears on the other end. Tangle gives it to Ben, now to Marsh, now Williams. Williams with the basketball for Southwest will give it back to Tangle. Here's the long three for Tangle. Put up, won't go. Wilson the rebound. She'll give it to Marsh, and Marsh will put it in and good. Alexis Marsh puts it in and good for the Bears. Bears make it a 33-27 basketball game. Bears want to get Carey back in for Ben. Washington going to check back in for Eunice. She'll check in for McKinney. They'll inbound it to Washington. 33-27, the Eunice lead. Bears playing defense here. They will give it to the up top to Jones. Jones down in the lane with it. Got rid of it. Long two, put up, no good. Carey gets the rebound for Southwest. Carey gives it to Williams. Williams will give it to Tangle. Tangle will bring it down for Southwest. 21 left on the shot clock for the Bears. Just over 2 minutes left here in the first half. Bears with the basketball to Wilson. Wilson took a big dribble and loses it to Eunice. Eunice on this other end wants to put a shot off the glass. That one will fall. That one for Washington will get in. Makes it 35-27. Bears with the basketball. Tangle goes to Carey. Carey goes to Marsh. And Marsh going to travel with the basketball on the other end. So a travel called against Alexis Marsh. And Eunice will own this basketball. So Eunice will own the basketball with 1:41 remaining. Eunice with the basketball will bring it down the floor. They'll put it in the hands of Washington. Washington goes to St. Andre. She'll go to Richard. Richard in the lane, jumper. Off her glass, no good. Eunice grabs the rebound. Now the three ball put up. That one won't go either. And this time Marsh grabs it for the Bears. And it's knocked out of the hands of Marsh and out of bounds. And the Bears will inbound it now. Have to bring it length of the floor. Eunice going to bring the pressure to Southwest with 1:17 to play. Bears get it into Marsh. Marsh will get it to Williams. Williams going to bring it down the floor in a hurry, and she'll hand it right to Richard, but Richard's momentum going to take her out of bounds, and the Bears will inbound it now underneath their own goal. Williams going to check out for the Bears. McGee will check back in for Southwest with 1:11 to play. Now they want to get McKinney back in for LSU Eunice. She'll check in for Stubblefield, who will go back to the bench. Eunice on defense. Bears will inbound it underneath their own goal. They inbound it to Carey. Carey will give it to McGee, top of the key. McGee will give it to Marsh. Marsh hands it over to Wilson. Wilson into the lane with it. Off the glass, good for Demaya Wilson. First basket of the second half for Wilson. Makes it a 35-29 basketball game. Eunice with the basketball. They'll bring it across the timeline. Under a minute to play. 45 on the clock, 20 on the game clock. They'll give it to Richard. Richard in the lane. Bears going to take it away. Sydney Tangle going to take it away. But a foul going to be called. They're going to call the foul on Richard. And we'll come to the other end and shoot free throws. That's 5 against LSU Eunice. So the foul against Richard will send Sydney Tangle and the Southwest Bears to the free throw line. So Bears to the free throw line, 35-29. First free throw in a quiet gym, up, no good. Off the front of the rim, that one went. 35-29, the Eunice lead. A second free throw for Tangle. That one won't go either. Tangle able to get her own rebound. Comes out to Carey with it, and Carey will come back, and the official's going to call a time here. Officials calls time and goes to the scorer's table. So Bears going to inbound it. The official stopped it. Bears will inbound it. He went to the scorer's table. I think he was getting some clarification on the shot clock. 33 seconds remain. Tangle missed both their free throws, got a rebound, and the Bears going to own this one. To Williams in the lane with it. Her shot put up, won't go. In traffic, and we're going to have a jump ball called, and the Bears will own it on the jump ball. Marsh was in that pile for the Bears, and the Bears will own it on the jump ball. Bears want to get Demaya Wilson in. Wilson going to check in for Jade Miles. McGee will inbound it. She'll inbound it to Wilson. Wilson thought about the three, passed on that, went into the lane. Shot put up, no good. Marsh grabs the rebound, and she'll be fouled by Eunice. St. Andre going to foul her. And now Alexis Marshall will go to the free throw line with 19 seconds remaining here in the opening half. So Marsh to shoot a pair now for the Bears. First one up, that one no good. Boy, Marsh rolled it around. Bears having their free throw woes here in the first half of this one. Marsh will have a second one. That one up good. Marsh going to make one of two from the free throw line and make it a 5-point game. 35-30. Wilson will check out. Miles going to check back in with 19 seconds. Eunice will have the basketball up 5. Eunice with the basketball to Washington. Washington passes on the three, gives it to Jones. Jones over to Richard. Richard shoots the three ball. That put up, no good. Eunice gets the rebound, puts another three up. That one won't fall, and now they run out of time. Eunice, couple of three balls, neither one would fall, and that's the end of the first half. 35-30, the Bears make.
Hi, my name is Sydney Gregwell, and I'm from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. I graduated from Ponchatoula High School in 2017 and chose Southwest because of the environment on campus. The student life here at Southwest is one you will not experience anywhere else. Whether it is extracurricular activities, academics, or living on campus, Southwest goes above and beyond for each. In the classroom, the teachers take the time to get to know each student and help them succeed. They make sure you do not
good music tonight.
Southwest is a family. Every single person here shares a bond.
Your story starts here. For scholarship and enrollment information, contact us online at smcc.edu.
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't hesitate. Go Bears!
Now is your time to be a part of an amazing class of students. There's so much going on here at Southwest, you won't want to miss out. We have scholarships available for music ensembles, cheer, and athletic teams. You can be a part of our active and vibrant campus life where students are determined to meet their goals. With our new and remodeled residence halls, you have the convenience of staying on campus or commuting. You can even take classes online. At Southwest, you can get an authentic college experience at a fraction of the cost of a four-year university. You belong here. Southwest Mississippi Community College classes start soon, so schedule an appointment today to get on track to a better you. Find us at www.smcc.edu.
Hi, my name is Sydney Gregwall and I'm from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. I graduated from Ponchatoula High School in 2017 and chose Southwest because of the environment on campus. The student life here at Southwest is one you will not experience anywhere else. Whether it is extracurricular activities, academics, or living on campus, Southwest goes above and beyond for each. In the classroom, the teachers take the time to get to know each student and help them succeed. They make sure you do not feel alone in college. My initial reason for coming to Southwest was for cheerleading. This is my second year on the squad and it is one of the best decisions I have ever made. Living on campus is a great opportunity to meet new people and build lifelong friendships. Southwest is a family. Every single person here shares a bond.
Your story starts here. For scholarship and enrollment information, contact us online at smcc.edu.
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't hesitate. Go Bears!
So the 7 seed and 6 seed both winning in the men's side. Jones and Northwest, they'll play at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, the number 1 seed Pearl River will take on Hines. Pearl River defeated Southern Shreveport. And East Mississippi, the number 4 seed, lost to the number 5 seed Hines. So the men's semifinals, Jones and Northwest at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Pearl River and Hines will play 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Women get the night games tomorrow. In the earlier games here today at 1 o'clock this afternoon, Gulf Coast upset Itawamba. And Northwest defeats the number 1 seed East Mississippi. So Gulf Coast and Northwest will play at 5 o'clock tomorrow. And the final game of the night, Jones has defeated Colin. So Jones has punched their ticket for the semifinals. They'll get the winner of this Southwest LSU Eunice game at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So we'll start with men, 1 o'clock tomorrow, Jones and Northwest. The other men's game, Hines and Pearl River. And then women's action, Northwest and Gulf Coast at 5. And again, Jones and the winner of this Southwest LSU Eunice game will play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night here at the A.E. Wood Coliseum. Championship games, by the way, will be played Friday. Women will go at 5 p.m. The men will go at 7 p.m. here at Clinton, Mississippi. Well, that's a look at how the bracket goes. We'll come back. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll come back, get you set for second half action. Southwest back out, getting loose, getting ready for the second half. It's a 35-30 LSU Eunice lead when we come back after a 2-minute break. You're listening to Bear Basketball on WAZA and Bear TV. Well, back here at the A.E. Wood Coliseum, 35-30 LSU Eunice leading this one. The Bears leading scorer Jolie Williams in the first half. It's Maya McKinney who leads scoring for LSU Eunice in the first half of this basketball game. Bears back out again. Eunice about ready to make their appearance. Don't forget, we've got more Bear basketball. Bears win tonight. We'll be back here with you tomorrow night, same time, 7 o'clock. Here from the A.E. Wood Coliseum, Jones will be the opponent if Southwest wins. Of course, we also want to remind you we'll have Bear baseball for you on Saturday. Hopefully the weather will cooperate and the Bears will be able to get back on the diamond Saturday. The Bear baseball games scheduled for today were postponed due to the rain that we received, of course, at the ballpark in Summit. So Bear baseball postponed for today. Bear softball going to try to make that trip to Holmes on Friday. We'll see if they're able to do that. And then, of course, Bear baseball back at home on Saturdays. Hopefully the Friday and Saturday events will be able to make those happen. Well, the clock shows about 2 minutes before we get second half action rolling. We're just about there. 35-30 LSU Eunice, 20 minutes to decide who's going to win the basketball game here at the A.E. Wood Coliseum on the campus of Mississippi College. Final game on day 2 of this tournament here at Clinton, Mississippi. Let's step aside for a 60-second break. We'll come back in 60 seconds. We'll set the starting lineups for the second half, and we'll get ready to play basketball. Back in 60 seconds, Bear basketball right here on WAZA and on the platforms of Bear Athletics, including Bear TV on Facebook and Twitter. Well, back here at the A.E. Wood Coliseum, both teams gathered around their coaches. Possession arrow will show the way of LSU Eunice. So they will get the basketball to start the second half of this basketball game. Down 35-30 to the Bears as they came clawing back into this basketball game. Largely in part due to the efforts of the Bears' shots falling in the second quarter when they weren't falling in the first quarter, something the Bears do hope to kind of correct with their free throw shooting, which was not where Coach Brent Harris wanted it in the first half of this contest. So Eunice will own the basketball. Bears will hit the floor with their 5 starters. Eunice will do exactly the same thing. So the same 10 that started this basketball game will start the third quarter of this basketball game. Eunice will inbound it into the hands of Washington. Washington will give it to Jones. Jones wants to go underneath to Richard. Her jumper put up won't go. Bears will get the rebound with McGee. McGee will punch it to Ben. Ben wants to go to Miles with it, and the Eunice going to steal that one away. Bears trying to steal it right back, but it's out of bounds and last touched by Southwest. Bears last to touch that one, and Eunice will own the basketball. Eunice will bring it down. They'll put it in the hands of Washington. We'll start all over again. Washington cuts it into the lane, bounces it back out to Jones. And Jones trying to go to Richard, going to throw that one away. Richard cut towards the goal, and she threw it out beyond the three-point line, throws it away. Bears on the basketball. McGee with it. She'll bring it down for Southwest. Southwest with the basketball goes to Williams. Williams to Miles. Miles back to McGee. Now over to Ben. Ben with the basketball. She'll give it back to McGee. McGee goes over to Williams. Shot clock to 10 for the Bears. Now Williams going to throw it into traffic, and it'll go right into the hands of Eunice. And they'll come down other end of the floor, put a shot up, won't go. Fight for the rebound. Eunice going to own this one. Eunice's shot wouldn't go. Fight for the rebound, and a foul called against Southwest. A foul called against McGee and the Bears. So the Bears charged with the first foul of this first half. It's on the floor, so Eunice will inbound it underneath their goal with 8:54 showing. Eunice will inbound it to St. Andre. And now they'll throw it away again, intended for Washington. Oh, the passes have been a little wild for Eunice. Well, that one went back in towards the entrance. Bears Shyla McGee had to go pull that one out of the hallway. Miles will inbound it to McGee, and here come the Bears. Nobody has scored here in the third quarter. Bears bring it down. McGee with the basketball to Williams. Williams fires the three. That one off the mark. Ben saves it for Southwest, but they'll say she was out of bounds. Ben tripped over the Bear bench. They'll say Eunice owns the basketball, so all Ben's work for naught, as they say she was out of bounds, and Eunice will own this basketball. So Eunice will own it. They'll bring it down, put it in the hands of Washington. Washington with the basketball. Washington will give it to St. Andre. She'll give it back to Washington. Now Richard's got it. Goes across the floor to Washington. Washington dumps it off. Now it's back out into the hands of Jones. Jones a long two, put up, won't go. And Miles had it, and a jump ball going to be called, and it'll belong to the Bears. Miles had it. St. Andre come in, tied her up with it. And in the process of tying her up with it, the jump ball called, and it'll belong to Southwest on the change of possession. So Southwest going to own the basketball on the change of possession. Bears will bring it down the floor. Bears give it to Marsh. Marsh goes to Williams. Williams cuts towards the goal, and all by herself will put that one in. Bears make it a three-point game, 35-32. Bears score first, but it takes to the 8-minute mark to get something on the board for either team here in the third quarter. Eunice with the basketball. They'll go to Richard down in the corner. She'll step in, go towards the hoop, put her shot up, it won't go. Put back won't go, and the Bears get the rebound. Marsh grabs it for Southwest. She'll give it to McGee. McGee will bring it down for the Bears to Ben in the corner. Ben will bring it back out to McGee up top. Southwest with the basketball. McGee down in the lane, jump shot off the rim, won't go. Miles had it, got it taken away from her. Here comes Eunice. Eunice with St. Andre, a wild pass, and it is going to be last touched by Southwest. Bears last to touch it. St. Andre going to come out. 22, Maya McKinney going to check back into this game for LSU Eunice. Eunice will inbound it to Jones. Jones out beyond the three-point line with the basketball. Goes into the lane, and a foul going to be called. They're going to count the basket, and the foul going to be on Williams. The question was going to be, do you count the basket or not? But the official underneath, he said that foul called during the act of shooting. So score the basket for Jones, her first of the game. And she'll have a chance to make it a three-point play. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Miles clears that one for the Bears. Miles gives it to McGee. McGee goes to Ben. Ben with the basketball for Southwest. Flips it out to Marsh. Marsh gives it to Williams. Williams with the basketball for Southwest. Williams up top with it. Williams still with the basketball. Shot clock to 9. She goes to Marsh. Marsh double teamed underneath. Puts it up and the shot counts. Marsh's shot is good. The foul is on Washington. Count the basket for Marsh, makes it 34-37, and Marsh a chance to make it a three-point play for the Bears. First one up and rolls around, no good. Eunice gets the rebound. Boy, that one thought about it for a while, but Eunice able to get the rebound that time. 37-34. Eunice leads it. Bears playing defense here. Jones with the basketball. Comes down in the corner. Punches it to McKinney. McKinney shoots a three. That one no good. Eunice gets the rebound. They hand it to Richard. Richard looking for some help. She'll give it to Washington. Washington up top of the key with it down to 10. She wants to go back to her. Now back to Washington. Down to 5, and Washington goes to the hoop, and a charge called against Eunice. Eunice and Washington going to get charged with the offensive foul, and they will put Stubblefield back into this basketball game. She'll check in for Washington. Bears will inbound it with 6:08 to play here in the third quarter. Bears with the basketball. McGee has it for Southwest.